Okay. Honey, yeah. All right. What do we got here? Let's see what we got. This is the family.
Some of them, yeah.
Well, let's move this out of the way. Boy, explain to me what I'm looking at here.
This is a multi-axe. I made this back in the 70s. This was before Paul Reed Smith, and you see there's birds in the inlay. This is the first fine-tuning locking tremolo system. Locking tremolo system, locks up here, locks down there.
Are you saying you invented the locking tremolo system?
I am saying that.
Say that again.
I invented the first fine-tuning locking tremolo system. Before Floyd Rose.
Before Floyd Rose.
That's correct. This
That's
right
it
here
right there.
is a multi-axe. Again, now everybody is, and their brother is putting a kind of a telly setup. So this is a cross between a telly,
Yeah.
a Les Paul, a 335, and a Strat.
No kidding. That's a beauty.
In the
Look
70s.
at that bad boy. This is made in the 70s?
Yep.
Look at that bad boy. Wow.
Last time it was played in the 80s, played all the songs that the rock bands that are playing out now here in Boise,
Okay.
all the cover tunes are doing, that's what I did on that in the 80s.
And this is
That right there is
what do you need?
a cross between a mandolin and a guitar.
Mandolin and a guitar, whatever you want to call that.
I call it mandolin guitar.
Mandolin guitar,
I
okay.
haven't used
All right.
acronyms.
Here we have a dobro, I see that.
This is actually, it's an Auten. A dobro is a company name.
Okay, all right.
It's
not,
a resonator.
oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just,
I'm just joking.
okay.
It's a resonator guitar.
It's a resonator guitar, that's what it is.
And
Alright.
this here is, again, these are all prototypes. And I'm just gonna, after I get the prototypes done, then I'm gonna.
This is what I call the skinny bitch.
Yeah, that's my ultralight.
Ultralight, okay. All right.
This right here is the
Get fiddle.
violin guitar, Get Fiddle.
And you copyrighted that, or?
I have the name GIT dash fiddle, a website, so I have it registered. The name.
Okay, all
I
right,
don't have a website yet, but
all right,
I'm going to be making a series of guitars cross between, because I don't play violin.
all right.
And so I can play this, and it sounds like a violin, a viola, and a cello.
Okay, all right.
And the new one, I'll show you in the shop.
All right, well, I just wanted to meet the family before,
And there's a nylon string
there's the nylon string.
prototype.
This is the one you play at guitar night,
Have, yeah.
for the most part,
And
when you're on
here's
a
a-
nylon string. Oh, yeah, there's the,
This is the famous Get Fiddle. I mean, bedpan guitar.
the bedpan guitar. The bedpan, yeah, guitar made out of a
I was
bedpan.
at a swap meet.
It's
and,
amazing.
Come here, honey.
I've heard it, and it sounds pretty decent.
I was at a swap meet and I saw this Relax Jones Mental Hospital, another bedpan,
Yeah.
and they were selling it for 50 cents. And I thought, at the time, Vox had a guitar that was called the Phantom, I think they call it. It was kind of a teardrop shape.
Yeah.
And I thought, what I could do is get that and put some filler in it, which I used a kind of a iconic yellow resin to look more, thematic with the toilet. And
Let me interrupt you a
yes,
second.
sir. Back to that bedpan guitar. That's been on stage with Johnny Cash, Jose Feliciano.
Which guitar has?
This right here.
The bedpan guitar.
So this is
All ready for business.
all ready for business, yeah.
Yeah.
So it plays like a regular guitar. This is the pickup selector switch, which is a flush handle.
Yeah.
These are the tone controls, volume and tone. And these are the bolt covers on a toilet. And here's a dime right here, just in case you need a pay toilet. At the time I made this was a dime. This right here is just so I can hold it on my leg.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And so it holds like a regular guitar and plays like a regular guitar. And then this headstock is kind of thematic. And so we used to do this Elvis Presley routine. The drummer would come out from us, and he was like a Fred Astaire, Jim Carrey, very funny
Yeah.
guy. and he'd come out and he would stick his stomach out.
Oh boy.
And he'd put this wig back and do Over the Hill Elvis, what it was.
Oh, okay.
And so we would, the band would be playing, ba-da-da-da-da, you know, the Elvis, like he did in Vegas,
Yeah.
the music to invite him on. And so he would come on, and I would use this to roll, like instead of a red carpet.
Oh.
I'm going the wrong direction, but
The white toilet paper roll instead of the red carpet.
yeah, it would roll this out instead of a red carpet.
All right.
So it's been places. The band I was in, Montezuma's Revenge, they had won a contest and played the Grand Ole Opry down in Nashville.
No kidding.
And
Montezuma's
they
Revenge.
played with a lot of famous people before I got in the band. They had albums out. And
Was it a shitty band? Come on, Montezuma's Revenge. That's not shit. That's throw
that
up.
means diarrhea.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
They were one of the best bands you could imagine. They were a phenomenon. I saw them before I got in the
Yeah.
group, you know.
Say that again.
This is a guitar that I designed at Gibson while I was a senior designer
I see.
for the company Volvo.
For the company Volvo. Okay.
And here's Elvis Presley's guitar player and Ricky Nelson's guitar player.
Elvis Presley's
he
guitar
started
player.
before the Country Pickers were doing country
What's his
picking.
name?
His name's James Burton.
James
One of
Burton.
the most famous guitar players there is in country
All
music.
right. And that's you sitting right there next to him. How about that? What
And
else we
then
got
I did
here?
a song in a movie with Gene Hackman, rest his soul. He just recently passed
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sigourney Weaver. It was in a movie with
This
those
is Metro
guys.
Golden Mayer traded. What is this award?
It's a song in the movie.
Oh, okay, song in the movie that you wrote. What was the name of the song? If I only had wings. Okay, all right. Okay, let's move over here a little
And
bit.
here's a guitar that me and Bruce Kunkel designed for Chet Atkins. And Chet said he would come in every week and check the progress. And he goes, that's the only guitar that's got my name in it.
Huh. Okay, Chet Atkins.
And here's the back of it. This guitar was valued at $1.2 million.
And that's the back. No kidding.
$1.2 million.
$1.2 million.
And that's all hand painted. Just not done with the photograph or
No?
any cheat trick.
It's all hand
This is
painted, huh?
Real artwork.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
And
amazing.
so that was Chet Atkins. Now, Chet Atkins learned how to play guitar. He studied several, but Merle Travis was one that he gives credit for being one of the first ones.
What do we got here?
Here's Chet Atkins.
Oh, there's Chet right there. I'm getting a glare on him.
And here's a letter he wrote me.
Okay. And here's a letter to you
he
from
res-
Chet
He
Atkins.
responded down here.
There's too much reflection here.
Yeah.
I can't do it. This wall's not working well. Okay.
And while at Gibson, there's Brooks and Dunn. And Brooks would
Brooks
come
and Dunn,
in. He
yeah,
had
one of my faves, Neon Moon.
Yeah, and he liked my guitar playing, and I loved his songwriting and the band's.
What we got here?
That's Vince Gill.
Oh, Vince Gill. He was young back then.
Yeah.
Who's that little lady?
Her name is Deanna,
Deanna. All right.
and there's
Okay.
Chet. I introduced Taylor guitars to Nashville. They didn't know about Taylor guitars at the time, and I was able to get it in the hands of Chet.
Oh, kidding. You got Taylor guitars in the hands of Chet Atkins in Nashville. That's a pretty impressive history. What do we got here? United States All Karate Instructors Association. You instructed karate.
I did. I was in it
Cool.
for 40 years.
Cool, you should instruct me. I might need it. Let's see here. Who we got here? Landslide. Who this?
That's me
Oh,
and
not a
my
karate instructor
at
guy.
the time.
Okay, all right. This looks like a karate wall. Martial arts. Okay.
And then there's another one of Chet playing my custom Taylor.
That's you and Chet Atkins. He's playing your custom Taylor. Cool. All right. Wait a minute, is this anybody we know?
Just don't want to back that over.
This is what?
This is a guitar that Bruce Kunkel and I designed. Project, a guitar for Merle Travis. And so I went to the Country Western Hall of Fame and got his original guitar and took it downstairs and did a forensic photograph of it because Gibson didn't have any of the designs. I checked the headstock on this one, a close-up of that. See how intricate that headstock is? And then the fingerboard has his name in it.
That's got a lot of stuff.
So they had no plans, no drawings or anything, and we're kind of doing the historic division, bring back the historic models. And this was a Merle Travis type guitar. And so we had to, recreate all the drawings. So I did all the photography, then came back and then did all the
family
work.
together.
Then these are guitars I made in the 70s before I started working at Taylor Guitars.
Okay.
That was our first Luthier, one of the first Luthiers at Taylor. And so I made these, there's that bedpan, and you've already seen them. And that's Zach Wild.
Zach Wild?
I worked with Zach Wild to do that guitar that he's playing and to duplicate that target into Gibson guitars, came out with a line of that. So I was working with him, did a tour with him in Italy. He played with Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
And,
All right. Okay. Where are we going?
I'm a technical illustrator, graphics designer.
Technical illustrator.
This,
You spend a lot of time doing technical
I bought
illustration.
that cheese and the wine and the bread and put it on my cutting board and just penciled it.
And you drew this.
Yeah,
Okay. That's pretty technical.
it's freehand.
Freehand.
And then this is where you scratch away the black, and then underneath it is white chalk.
Oh,
And so
okay.
I just scratched away the black and did those.
No kidding.
And that's
All right.
that was my cat right there.
Kitty cat. Look at that. That's beautiful. That took a while. I'll bet.
And that's Muriel Anderson to the right. She runs the All-Star Guitar Night at the NAMM show.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
I've
cute.
been on her show with guitarist that was Paul McCartney and Wings.
Is that in Nashville?
Yes,
Huh.
Lawrence Juber.
Yeah. All right.
And now here's a guitar that
Here's a pretty
is
unique
kind of
guitar.
unique. It's like the ultimate bottleneck guitar.
It is.
A guitar. One of the builders, Philly Jones, and I worked on that guitar. That's a Coca-Cola guitar. Did a lot of work for different companies like McDonald's and Jack Daniels and Coors Beer. Did iconic guitars for those kinds of companies.
Interesting.
Philly headed up that design project.
Huh.
I assisted him with it.
Interesting.
Right there, and helps me build.
That's the honey
She
spot,
even
huh?
sands the guitars. I put a little piece of sandpaper
That a
on her.
girl. Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of 4 different guitars right
Oh
now.
boy.
Some finished.
Let me take a
some
look at this
designed.
stuff. This is.
I just got done doing some stain work, and so this is
Stain.
different
All right. You got.
things left over from.
You got rulers.
I usually keep some of the tools over here just to keep them off the bench.
Sure. Got pickups I see over there.
Yeah, one of the guitars I'm working on has got some pickups, and this is just some sandpaper. Not
Sandpaper.
all that organized. I do
Alright.
finish over here, so I
A little staining.
and I can hold the instruments on the bikes.
Denatured alcohol. Culinary solvent. Huh. What do you got here? All kinds of numbers and stuff. Wow.
Not very organized. This is the new fingerboard inlay.
The new fingerboard inlay.
Fingerboard fret markings.
Okay, I was wondering. Okay, so that's where the frets go. I was wondering how
Yeah,
you guys
that's
knew
the-
where those frets
that's the
go.
Mathematics.
That's the mathematics. Okay. Well, that's interesting. There you go. Look at that. This is how they lay out the fretboard. That's the numerical measurements of how far the frets should be apart.
Yeah, you run an algorithm, and it gives you each fret. And
Huh.
once I get that measurement, then I use CAD, SolidWorks, and then
Sure.
I'll draw those lines.
What
And
do
I'll
you
show
have?
you, I have an example of it.
Every bench has to have a vise. Absolutely. First
This
part.
has here's a woodworker's vise, and I usually will have, in case I need to protect something,
A woodworking vise.
I'll have some rubber support
Yeah.
so things don't get marked
All
up.
right.
This is a metal vise, and I
Sure.
also will sometimes will need to have.
That's a beauty. You can smack the crap out of that thing and
Yeah,
it'll
and this
still
has a
work.
little anvil.
Little anvil. There you go.
And so in guitar making, just a drill press.
And this is it. I think a drill press certainly comes in handy.
This is a bandsaw.
And a bandsaw.
Now this
You
is
can't have a shop without a bandsaw.
this is a 17-inch, so I can do resaw work.
17-inch grizzly. Yeah. That's a nice one. What's that noise in here?
I have a little heater that I use.
Oh, the
during
heater's
winter
coming
to
on.
just
Okay, all right. Okay. All right.
And, this is a jointer. This is a sander,
What's it called? A jointer?
a jointer that helps with creating straight edges.
Straight edges.
And again, the shop's being used where I'm in the middle of 4 different guitars right now.
This
So
is the sander. I've seen those. That's
see
pretty
the
cool.
wall picture?
The wall picture.
That's the new acoustic bass.
That's the new acoustic bass.
Now the strings will be more spread out, wider than it's showing.
Okay.
In my drawing,
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
well, it makes a difference for playing. It widens out. A little
Okay,
bit.
all right.
Now this is going to be a kind of more of a traditional violin cello mold type. So I have some guitar molds that I made that are different, where the sides will be bent
Okay.
and put on the inside.
All right.
And then it starts to form the shape of the guitar.
Okay.
Violin
Guitar
and
molds.
Violin and cello's done a little differently. They're molds. This will be
He's
cut.
got molds in his garage.
This will be cut out here, and then I'm going to be doing about 4 of these, and they'll have right here and here, and here and here. There's going to be risers, and so there'll be 4 levels, which will give me enough thickness because the body is pretty deep. And here's the top and back of, and it's fairly thin wood.
This is a guitar
This is
before it's a guitar.
This is a git cello,
A git cello.
which is basically a 6-string bass.
6-string bass. That's a beauty. Look
So
at
it's a
that.
cross between a cello, a guitar,
See?
and a 6-string bass.
You
It's just
saw it before. This is the before shot.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to see the after shot. When are we going to see that?
Well, I'm working on it. It'll be a few months.
I get around to it directly.
So this is just I make these first. Do the design, and then I make this using a polycarbonate, and then I can start drawing stuff out. And go. Here's the neck that's going to be on it.
Boy, look at that. Look at that puppy.
It's going to be much smaller than that, but.
Huh.
So this would be compared to a guitar neck.
This is the before. This is a cello neck. You carry a cello, 6-string cello,
fretless neck.
16 fretless cello neck.
Listen, 6-string.
Okay, 6-string. All right.
Be a lot of strings to play. 6-string.
Normally, just for the record, normally cellos only have 4 strings. Okay.
So this will,
right.
just like my git fiddle that we saw in that has the first 2 strings are about the violin range.
Okay.
The next 2 strings are in the viola range.
So on this guitar, the 2 extra strings are higher.
The 2 extra strings will be higher
Yeah.
than a regular 4-string
Okay.
bass.
All right.
So you'll be able to play solos and leads and stuff.
All right.
So this is going to be the neck. I'll be putting these ears on here so that I can use this design, and then there's just there'll be just enough extra wood to cover the whole stock.
All right.
So that'll be the new headstock. It's narrower than my acoustic guitar, a little more trimmed down. And this guitar right here is, I'm calling it this shape and model is my Phantom.
The Phantom.
The Phantom. And
Okay.
so I'm going to have a humbucking near the neck. Now this is a Firebird. It's a hotter there's a mini humbucking.
You're talking about this pickup that you...
This pickup right here
is a Firebird.
is a Gibson Firebird pickup, so it's a hotter pickup, even though it's smaller. This is a full-size humbucking to get a better overdriven sound.
Yeah.
And then this is a humbucking single coil, so I'll be able to get that Strat kind of sound, but it'll be less hum. And it's going to have a conventional vibrato unit, and then it'll have a volume and tone control, and such. So this is the Phantom. So I'm going to take this top part off, and this will be the headstock. Take this off so you can kind of see this wood.
Oh boy, look at that. What kind of wood is that?
This is called Bacote.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really
green.
cool. Now I have this as a I have a back plate that's Bacote,
Okay.
and then I have the middle core, and that'll be cut out strategically for pickups and wiring and to lighten it.
That's for bracing, basically. Stabilizing.
Well,
Inside it.
Yeah, it gives me. I need the thickness. I need some weight, but I'll be cutting the pickup cuts out of it, and then the areas for wiring to. Get
So
to
it's a solid body.
So this will be all glued together as a solid piece.
Oh, okay.
And then when it's sanded, it'll be real nice. It'll be laminated.
All right.
And so this is actually going to be red.
That green is just spectacular.
This is going to be red, and then the brown areas that you see will be black. So it'll really pop. So it's my Red Rock Phantom.
Red Rock Phantom.
And so
Good name.
this has all the rock and roll gizmos on it.
Yes.
And this right here is a little more conventional. This is going to be the Telly back pickup, and it will have the humbucking single coil, and it has a Firebird up here, and I'll have just a simple volume and tone control.
Would you say this is going to be the Telly what?
This is a Telecaster pickup,
Oh, okay.
so it'll get that country twang.
All
Plus,
right.
I can break this single coil to get the Strat sound.
Well,
and then
the
this
single coil is the Telecaster,
This
which is the middle one.
this is a Telly. That's a single coil.
Yeah.
And then this is a single coil size in a humbucking format by Seymour Duncan.
Yeah.
And so it'll get the Strat kind of sound. This will give me the Telly sound, and this will give me the Gibson humbucking sound all in one guitar.
All right.
And so this is a country blues guitar, and
it's going to be a solid body.
it's going to
Here, let me hold that for you.
set this right here.
That's pretty heavy.
And so this is similar to the other one. It has a back plate, and this is maple, and then there'll be the core, and this will be cut out with the pickups and the stuff, and then this will be glued together, and then it won't be as heavy as it normally would be, but it will still be very stiff and have good.
What are you calling this one?
sustain. This is my country blues guitar. Country blues, and it will be blue. This is actually going to be a stained blue.
All right.
So it'll
Country
be
blue.
This is my country blues guitar.
All right.
So it'll be a real good one for blues and country.
Okay.
It'll be
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it's got humbuckers and single coils.
Yep.
All right.
And then this one has the vibrato unit, so you'll be able to do the Van Halen kind of yank.
The wah.
The wah.
The wah-wah. Not the wah-wah pedal. What am I thinking of? The
That's a tremolo or a vibe.
Tremolo. That's what I'm thinking of. All right.
And back here is
Back here,
sand.
A sander.
And I
Another
used
sander.
to be a knife maker. I was head knife maker at Buck Knives. And so I
Buck, yeah.
here's some just blanks. And so I'll be making them just using the belt sanders here and this and so
That's
eventually once I get my lining guitars done.
a lot of knife making, huh? That sounds
And
fun.
I use it for sharpening tools for guitar making and polishing things. This ends up being kind of the back catch-all area. Yeah, you don't want to be standing next to that, Bob.
All right.
I'll turn it on, but this will suck you in. It's got a lot horsepower to it.
You feel the breeze. That puppy's cooking. That's what a 3/4 horsepower motor or something like
Yep.
that? What you doing? What you doing, honey?
And then I do leather work. So this is a
Leather work.
a leather sewing machine.
Leather work sewing machine. That looks like pretty heavy duty mechanism there.
Yep, it's one of the best.
Get that. It's a Cobra.
Yeah, this is called a pedestal.
Yeah.
And so the advantage of this is that you can do bags and hats and bring over, and it's great for making shoes.
All right. Okay.
And it just I have some wood stored. This is already completely dried out, so I'm not trying to re-dry it. And actually, it ends up being stable when it's
It's
just
important to make sure this wood is dry before you start messing with
when
it.
it's sandwiched together. If I needed it to be dried, I'd actually have separations and keep it so air could flow. But right now, just it stabilizes one another by a lot of luthiers might debate that.
All right.
But it in the end result, it does what I want it to do.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, look at that.
Storage molds of different guitars.
Yeah. This is the mold shelf.
You don't need to show this.
Mountain simple vacuums. Yeah. All right. A
This is a
vacuum
vacuum.
system for the whole shop.
So it's,
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I don't have one of those, but then I don't have a shop, so.
what's kind of cool about this is that this tube will move a long distance there.
Let's go
So
look.
I can just plug this in. And then I can take this to my bench.
Okay. I see. Oh man, that thing sucks. That sucks. Okay, let's see here. We got a different, almost finished, and I'm guessing this is what you've been finishing. We got
Not that one.
not that
but,
one, probably this one right
is-
here, right?
Yeah, this light's
That's beautiful. Look at that.
turned down this way. There you go.
There you go.
So
That's a beauty.
I can't get this light further away.
That's a beauty. That's all right. That light looks great on that.
So I'll go over here
It
and
really
explain
shows
this
it
a little
off.
bit.
Yeah.
This right here is a mandolin guitar.
Okay. I
It's
saw one
here.
of those in your front room.
This is one of the git fiddles, but it's a fretted version.
This is one of the Git fiddles.
So
but
this
it's a
is
fretted
something
version.
that I can bow.
Okay.
But this is just a different modified version of the other one. This is the neck that's going to go to this new guitar. Is
That's a
let me see
better.
here.
Let me spin this around a little. There we go.
I'll kind of show you how the pickups go on that. 'Cause it's gonna be pretty unique. Now this is
That's
done in,
gonna be a beauty.
This is a whiskey burst.
A whiskey burst.
Yeah,
That's
actually got a picture of a. This is far from being completed. And here's the pickup combination for that. Bridge. Piece. Armrest, pick guard. And this is a telly pickup. And this is going to be gold hardware.
all right.
And
So
so
it's starting to come together already.
Yeah, that gold will look nice on this.
It's beautiful.
Let's see. The gold treatment would be nice on this.
That will be nice. Very nice.
And that'd be
One,
that'd be a
two,
nice
three.
jazz guitar right there. It'd be kind of a cross between a jazz guitar like an L5 and a
Yeah.
telly.
Huh. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to show me what you're up to.
I'm happy to show it to you.
And
These are just some stuff for doing inlay work.
inlay work and another bandsaw over there.
A little jigsaw.
Jigsaw, yeah.
Shop is, I spent less time building the shop, and then as soon as I get these prototypes made, these are line of guitars that I've dreamed of for the last 30 years. So I'm making my line of guitars, and they're all prototypes, every one of them.
Yeah.
So then, as people will want them, or I will want to improve them, I will make the next version of them with improvements and changes. That's stuff my dog wants to play catch.
So you're, this is where you spend most of your time. I can see that.
It is.
This keeps you busy.
I'm here.
This keeps you
quite
rocking.
often 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Aye, aye, aye.
Yeah, with my slippers on and come in here and say, okay, yeah, tomorrow I gotta sweep this up and clean this up. And,
Yeah.
oh, I need to put this little, piece of stain on it so it'll dry.
Yeah.
So I can work on it tomorrow.
This looks
So
to me
that's what
like the details
I've always
never...
wanted to have a shop where I lived pretty close to it, so I can.
It looks like the details never end. You know, it's just detail after detail.
Yeah, when you're working on a guitar, there is no time, so there is no feeling of impatience. There's just you just do it until it's done, and there's no thought.
You don't have a
towards
deadline. No
Yeah,
deadlines.
This is not organized or anything here.
Yeah. Well, it looks to me like you got a lot of vices.
Yeah, but I've gone to therapy and got
These are the
Those are standard wood vices.
standard wood vices, but those come in handy a lot, I'm sure. I knew Don had some vices in his garage. Let's see here. And metal.
I probably use these clamps down here, this box of clamps.
Oh, yeah.
And, probably more often than anything else.
Huh. This looks like a real Luthier shop.
It's kind of random.
You're the real deal.
And once I get these, like I'm saying, these prototypes done, then that's going to give me time to then work on the shop and making more shelving and getting things organized. Because the more organized you are, the faster you can work and the less you make mistakes. So it's very important to get that done. But I've given priority to just like going to the next instrument and pushing the tools to the side. And
Plus, you got to do guitar night every Monday. So.
yeah.
Okay, so
I found a lady that does embroidery and said, if I do the artwork for it, would you do some embroidery? So I worked up some art and
that's beautiful.
and handed it to her, and she did a real
She
nice
sure
job.
did. She
On the
sure
front
did.
of it, it has the name of the
That's
company.
a nice joker.
My logo.
Auten guitars.
And then here it has. So if I have an assistant that's working with me, I can put their name on the stuff.
Okay, what do you say? This is what?
This is where, honey, you got your ball?
This is where you hang out the rest of the
Honey,
day.
got your ball?
Squirrel!
Does she have the ball in her mouth?
Yeah, she got the ball.
Okay, good. I want to show you something. It's just a little bit of a walk, but this is probably done more for health since I had the new hip.
Okay.
This right here, doing this several times a day. And usually I'll be doing, different kinds of using this pipe. This pipe actually weighs a lot, so I can get joint exercise in my hands. So just with your one hand, feel how much pressure that is on,
That's
right on the wrist.
substantial, yeah.
So that's substantial. So when you move it, it actually gives you much more, so you can build up your forearm.
So you're saying that you go walk around the block twirling
right
that thing?
This is my dojo.
This is your dojo. What are we looking at?
So a lot of times it just be jogging good. Just trying to warm up and having getting some exercise from being in the shop all day.
Okay,
And then I'm bringing honey out to exercise.
I
But
see.
she always knows when I'm coming out here.
All right.
But she doesn't stay too far away. She looks back to see where I'm at.
She's not a runner.
She's not a runner.
She's a good
I'll
girl.
do a little jog, just to kind of warm up when I come here. And this pipe is so heavy that it really is a good workout.
Where are we going here?
Just right here. This is my dojo.
Dojo. This is where you go to do your karate. stuff. Oh, I see. There's a little alcove over here with a beautiful fir tree of some sort. Looks like a big Christmas tree.
Right there.
Oh, there's a fire department. Yeah. I bet that thing's got all kinds of Christmas lights on it. And Christmas lights. It's a big, huge Christmas tree.
So I consider this my dojo.
Okay.
And when I got my new hip, because I was almost 12 years where I could only go about this far. I couldn't touch my foot.
Yeah.
And I was walking with a cane when I moved up here. So when I got the new hip, I started off right here.
I see.
This foot up here.
All right.
Trying to get a little exercise with this leg.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I moved up here.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
It's stepped.
So then I'm trying to get my hip to work.
Hold on a sec. I can't hear a jet going over.
So each year I tried to get a little higher.
Yeah.
So next year, get up to here.
Hey.
So trying to get a little exercise here. Trying to get this guy up.
Oh, you can kick.
And then so then
I didn't think you could kick.
the next year it was here.
Oh, look at that.
And then trying to get a little exercise in here. I mean, from nothing, when I first did the 1 foot, I could hardly get it up there.
Uh-huh. And now look where you are. You're almost to the top.
So this right here, and then
Are you at the top yet? Oh, yeah. All right.
this is so hard to do. Now,
Huh. Look at
So-
that.
this is what I'm going to do this summer.
This summer you're heading for the... All right.
Next summer is this one.
Yeah, keep
And
dreaming.
then the next summer is this one.
Keep dreaming.
Well, I'm going to do that. See,
Okay, you got a goal.
I can touch it, right?
Yeah.
I can touch it,
Oh, yeah, you can.
but I can't get on top of it.
Yeah. So you're pretty close.
Over.
You're pretty close. All right.
But this is,
That's not what this was built for, but it's certainly working out well.
I actually bring a little pad set in here, and this gives me something to work at. So this is my little dojo.
It is.
And,
I get it now.
Usually, honey will
It's
drop the
making
ball.
sense.
She's already dropped it.
Making
the ball.
sense.
She's already dropped
That's another story. Oh, she got it. Right away. There you go.
it. She's my
Atta
workout
girl.
partner.
Atta girl. Good girl. Yeah. Atta girl, honey. Look at that. Atta girl. Yeah. She's a good dog. I should have brought Charlie over.
Yeah. You have to be careful. You know, I made a guitar for, he's a catcher of the New York Yankees. And
really?
he came here one day and I said, "Look, let's go check the dojo out." And so I make, you've heard of David and Goliath?
Sure.
With a sling?
Yeah.
Well, back in the 60s, I used to be real deadly with, be able to hunt
A slingshot.
with a sling and rocks, right?
All right.
So I just recently started to make some more for tennis ball. And so when I go take Honey out to a park, I can throw it almost 200 yards, two
No
football
kidding.
fields. I can take and
Jesus.
really throw that ball a long way.
Yeah.
So I made one for Bruce. So he came out here and I showed him how to use it. Now, catcher from the New York Yankees, skills, right?
Sure.
So he'd never done it before, and he takes it and he throws it, and it went really good, really good. So the next time he goes, and we're like, fuck, where is it? It went across the street.
Oh, jeez.
Honey ran after it
Oh, no.
at noon.
That's a
Look
problem.
at the street
Yeah.
at noon.
Oh, boy. That's a
And
problem.
Honey ran after it, got the ball,
She got the ball,
and we ran at the edge of it, and we're saying, Honey, Honey, she ran back.
and she made it back. Ha! That is a real
No
luck.
cars hesitated. She didn't hesitate. She was just looking at us as she was running back.
Oh, she made it.
Oh, she's
Good girl. Yeah.
you go.
She wants you to throw it. Oh, geez, Edith. I wouldn't be throwing it toward that highway, but that's just me. That a girl. All right. Well, that was interesting.